Drill long pan a topic, Ali pan a rocket. Muscle confusion in my try make logic. Drill if it stop it when Rochelle upon a unicorn. Common sense so come back to base like a uniform. Gwan. Best podcast in the broadcast. Listen when indoors, listen first class. Talk about enough things make you start laugh. Best podcast in the world. Gwan. Best podcast in the world.
What's up?
Wagwan, everybody.
Hello, welcome.
Greetings from the Most High, Jesus Christ. So, guys, thank you for tuning in to another one of our Wagwan podcast episode. We're trying to focus more on our YouTube channel. So please, if you have not already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the videos, and share them, please. As we all know, that's how the algorithm works. It likes when you feed it these different things. So if you have not already, please head over, like, subscribe, and share the videos. Turn on that bell, and that would help our show greatly. Thank you.
Yes, and if you want more of us, we are on Instagram, Wagwan Podcasts. Make sure you follow us, comment if you want us to talk about something that you want to hear. If you want to be on the show, link us up.
Yes, and remember again, even though we're focusing on our YouTube channel, we are still available on all platforms that you have a podcast. If it is a platform, we are on it. Thank you, everybody, and we are so happy that you have joined to just hear our opinions. Thank you so much.
After you've already subscribed and liked, go back and continue listening however you have been. Just go on and make sure you subscribe and like our stuff. Thank you.
See. Wagwan,
everyone. Wagwan.
Yeah. What's going on? What are we talking about today, bro?
Yo, we're going to talk about the most sensational topic of the time right now. We're going to talk about your boy, the non-genius Kanye West.
Dang, not the non-genius.
I mean, I'm consistent. All right? No genius.
So Dre, why are you saying he's not a genius when everybody is just like, he's the greatest genius of our time?
First of all.
Yeah.
First of all. Okay. Kanye told y'all to call him a genius. And most people are sheep. So if he
They're sheeple.
Right. So if he said call me a genius, all his fans won't call him a genius.
Dang.
Right? That's the first thing. Most Kanye West fans, I'm like, please tell me where the genius is outside of his music, right?
Okay.
Tell me what is he doing in real life that's changing the world? Because usually that's how you can tell a genius, right?
Yeah.
If the things they're doing is so monumental, so earth-shattering, right, that it propels our species. Tell me what Kanye West is doing. That's on that level.
That's what matters to him. That's what he's been doing.
White Lives Matter. That's what changed the world.
To him.
Well, so we didn't know that before.
Rochelle, let's ask you first.
Wait, hold up. We didn't know White Lives Matter before?
Maybe he didn't know. Maybe he didn't think people knew. So he was like, yo, just in case you didn't know or it missed you, White Lives
And that's
matter.
genius.
To him and his fans, not to me. I'm just saying.
But I asked, where's the genius? And you said White Lives Matter.
Because that's what he's doing. And people are saying that's the greatest move.
But I'm asking you where the genius is.
Oh, me. I didn't call him a genius. I've never referred to that man as a genius.
I see.
So I'm just saying what's out there. What's on the plug.
Okay. Well, this dude here
Yeah.
is a Kanye fan.
Oh, okay. Come through. You
So
didn't tell
prove
me,
the
Ali.
genius, brother. We created a whole chat for Kanye fans. Well, go ahead. What's the genius, brother?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, please.
Answer a question with a question.
Was
Shakespeare a genius?
Yes.
Why was Shakespeare a genius?
Because he changed the way the world look at a bunch of different things. As it relates to playwright, and I think he was a scientist as well. I didn't check into Shakespeare, but most people revere him as a genius.
And I disagree. I don't even like that man.
Okay.
He was on crack, you know. When he kind of
They had crack back in those days.
Whatever they had back in the day, he was on it.
I see.
You know. So I feel like a lot of people who were geniuses, nobody saw them as geniuses during their own time. If that makes sense.
No,
right?
That's not true.
Really?
Einstein, I'm sure they thought he was a genius.
They thought he was crazy.
Yep.
An apple hit him in his head, and now you come up with a theory? Get out of here.
Yeah, but his theories were based on mathematics. Like
But at the time, they did not accept it.
I'm gonna have to agree with Rochelle on that.
At the time, they did not.
Some people hated Martin Luther King while he was running.
They wanted him to die.
I don't know that he's considered a genius though.
But the man is a genius.
That's true.
He united.
I'm rather saying leaders. I shouldn't say geniuses.
Like where you get genius from in that.
Martin Luther King.
I'm gonna tell you. First of all, he graduated top of his class with a PhD. I think he was not even 30 when he graduated with a PhD. How many people of our time, even today, before 30, have a PhD?
A bunch.
Okay, so remember, he's not even grew up in our time. He grew up in a whole different system, and yet he was still able to achieve that level.
That's why he was able to do it.
Really?
Yes.
I don't agree with you. I think he was a genius because, one, he was able to bring black and white, rich and poor together at a table.
Right now?
I am absolutely serious
so
right now.
You're saying he was a genius because he understood that white people and black people are the same?
He understood how to read the room and how to bring people that would not normally be in the same room together. That's why he's a genius for me.
Okay.
Martin Luther King.
So if that's the case, right?
Yeah.
Because we're changing the subject. We're having the genius subject.
Right.
So
but we have to define who is a genius, and then we'll talk about is Kanye up. What makes you a genius?
So
let me answer your first question though.
Yeah.
Kanye is a genius because for one, he made a whole group of people in the urban community stop wearing baggy clothes.
You still on that crap?
I'm still on that.
He didn't do that.
That's the first thing. He made it cool to wear pink. Him and Cameron.
Oh my God.
I would say the hip hop community.
So Cameron's a genius now too.
Cameron's a genius of fashion. Of fashion. You can be... So Dre only thinks there's intellectual genius, but what he forgets is there's athletic genius. There is genius...
They're not on the same level.
But you're saying geniuses can fall into any category. Yes. So you're doing a holistic approach.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So whatever area that they are making big steps, right?
Listen,
then
the world could be in a drought, and guess who's going to be revered as the geniuses? The people who are engineers and can engineer food. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I agree.
Or farmers.
Because
or
why?
farmers.
Why?
Or farmers.
What did they use?
They had mental...
Thank you.
Yes, but farmers also.
Yes.
Have a green thumb.
You cannot farm if you don't have a brain in your head, bro.
Which is true.
Yeah, but
farming is very
What
technical.
Kanye does is Kanye paints music first and foremost. We know that water gets manipulated by music. We are mostly water, 70 to 80%. Is that right?
That is true.
So sound vibrations have a way of making us happy, sad. You know what I mean? Remember a specific moment in time.
Yep.
And Kanye has mastered how to play around with that. You know what I'm saying? He's mastered how to make people feel things through music, how to paint a picture in your mind.
But
you
I
ever
don't
listen
think,
to a song and an image came to your head?
But he's not the only person who is doing that. You have so many other artists that are able to paint pictures in your head.
And there's not only
every last one of them is doing it.
No.
Busta Rhymes is doing it. Jay-Z's doing it. All the Littles is doing it.
No.
What do you don't get a picture in your mind, but all of
Other
their
people
fans,
do.
Yeah.
And there's just like there's not one Einstein, there's not one Elon
There is
Musk.
one Einstein.
No, there's
only one
people.
Elon Musk.
There's multiple people. Like Elon Musk has a team. You know what I'm saying? Just
First
like
of all,
how
I
Kanye
don't
has
think
a
that
team.
man is a genius. I refuse.
Okay, so you need to get out your
refuse.
feelings. Get out your feelings.
Refuse
Yes.
to believe, because what happened with this man? It's like I already put you up on the top step, and you have all the resources.
Yes.
As you said, you have a whole team. And you can afford to
Yeah.
pay the best minds to create these great decisions for you, but it's your name.
So
You're
agree-
not a genius.
You agree with her?
Not a genius.
I got you.
Not a
You-
genius.
you
No,
agree?
At all.
I think that the general is a genius. The general who aligns the soldiers and people who are best at what they do is a genius, just like Kanye. He aligns the best designers. Like, say I'm wicked at designing or editing, but I'm just not in front of a camera. The mailman who walks through the snow is just as important as the person who wrote the letter.
And the mailman's a genius too.
The mailman.
Are you seeing the hole you're digging?
The mailman, listen, the mailman is a genius in being consistent.
So we need to define.
because
Okay,
a lot of
before
people are
hold on.
inconsistent.
Before we go any further, I think
You're just
we need to
proving
have
to
a
everybody
base.
that Kanye West is not a genius because you're calling everybody genius.
Hold on. Okay,
There's
so
a lot
I
of-
think,
there's
hold
more than
on.
one genius in the
I
industry.
think, but hold on. But I think we need to set a base to say to be a genius, you have to meet these standards, and I think that is where we're all like losing each other. So let us all come up with our own definition of what a genius is.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. What do you mean no?
Because the dictionary does a pretty good
Okay,
job.
so tell
of
us
doing
what,
that.
according to the dictionary, Dre, who is a genius?
According to the dictionary,
Yeah.
anyone that has extraordinary talent in their specialty is a genius.
Facts.
In their specialty.
Yes.
Okay.
What's Kanye West's specialty, sir?
Making music.
Okay, so his genius
And
stops
now,
right there.
No. And now it is telling people, creating Ferraris for the feet and
What?
for some, Ferraris for the feet. Like, you see how your car is
So the
nice.
guy who designed the shoe that is called Yeezy, what's that guy? Because Kanye
He's the
didn't
guy that-
design it.
He's the guy that Kanye found or was introduced to Kanye and said, let's change this. Or let's change this little area and make this a little bit better. You know
So
what
who
I'm
has the original concept though? Is it Kanye West or is it the person who he has
Hired.
to make the shoe?
Uh-huh.
Who actually does the design?
It depends. It's like, no, he doesn't do the design, but it's like if you take a
You
movie.
serious right now?
If you take a movie, right?
So you're a genius
Hold on.
for putting on that pink sweater?
And
Not the
yes.
guy who made it?
Yes, in a way. With the green hair, definitely. If you have a movie, right, and this movie Precious makes you cry, right? There was Gabrielle Sidibe, who acted the part. There was the girl who wrote the book.
Yeah.
There was the
Monique.
person who found the clothes for the
Right.
time period.
Got it.
But then there was the person that was the producer and got them all together
Got
to
the
do it
cast
and
together.
said, "Yo, this is an idea."
So
You know what
all
I'm
of
saying?
them people are geniuses.
Definitely in their own way.
Yo,
The
you
producer,
smoking crack, bro.
I love
You
crap.
took shrooms today or something?
Yes.
Oh.
The producer is important.
Right. So no.
You don't think the person who
hold
put the
on,
money
hold
up
on,
is
hold
important,
on.
Dre?
Hold on. No.
The person
So
who
we're
put
moving
the
away.
money up?
Yes.
We are moving away from the point. The point is everybody's special. I hear what you're saying. Everybody's special. Everybody plays a role. But we're talking about being a genius. Being a genius,
problem.
it's a different level from you being amazing in your field.
Yes.
You are an amazing when it comes to technical things, when it comes to editing, when it
alright.
comes to whatever. No,
Okay.
but you're amazing, right? I'm okay. Dre is amazing when it comes to organization, telling you exactly what he wants. He got it. He
But
tells
genius
you.
is another
But
level.
are we geniuses? Would we say each of us are individual geniuses?
No.
I'm definitely not a genius at all. So I hear what you're saying, but I think we're missing the mark because we need to figure out who is a genius and then does Kanye West stand up to that? That is where we're lacking.
Sorry. I am willing
Yeah.
to grant genius level
Two?
accolade to Kanye when it comes to music.
Okay.
the buck stops right
Do
there.
we agree?
And getting guys to spend their money on his products.
Apparel.
No, so okay, so
You wanna go there?
even that, because if you are ready, what Kanye West did was he understood that he built a fan base, and then he created a shoe. Not only did he create a shoe, he created artificial what's the word? A shortage, right? Because he only makes a certain amount. Artificial shortage.
Yeah.
He only makes a certain amount.
Right.
So if you want these,
You gotta get it
Yeezys-
now.
Which he may not necessarily be responsible for. He may have had a
Come
team
on,
to tell him
bro.
that.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But
Right?
there is an artificial
We
shortage.
have a blueprint from Air Jordans.
Yeah.
Air Jordans only put out a certain amount of shoes, right? And their price is not the same price as regular shoes. Kanye West did the same thing.
Yeah.
He made a pair of shoes, he priced it above most shoes, right? And then he only creates a certain amount.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the genius there.
I think.
Then he didn't even create the shoes. He hired people to make the shoes.
What did Einstein and Michael Jordan do to make them genius?
Well, first off, Michael Jordan, at this point it's arguable, but most people would say that dude is the greatest basketball player
Of all time.
ever. Ever. Can you put Kanye West as the greatest anything ever?
Dang.
Hold on. Are you saying there's only one?
I was clear. I speak English.
Are you saying there's only one genius in basketball?
Michael
Ever?
Jordan could be considered the greatest basketball player ever.
Copy. Is there any other geniuses that played ball,
Sure.
in your opinion? All
Sure.
right. So we don't have to bring it to number one.
Okay,
There's-
1, 2, 3
Right.
geniuses. Yes.
Right, maybe there's 10. Maybe there's 10
no, you know what?
geniuses in
You know-
basketball. So let's say there's 10 geniuses.
Okay.
That changed the game forever.
Yes.
So we know there's not. Let's identify that there's not only
You see
one
what he's doing, right?
in a slot.
He's creating room for Kanye. Go ahead.
Secondly,
Yes.
so we don't gotta say he's the best rapper. I think what Kanye does that is amazing is he speaks on community. Anybody that is talking about community is beautiful.
Which community he talking? The white community?
No.
Not our community though.
No, building cities for us, schools. He created a school.
And that's genius.
Who?
Yes.
Kanye West?
Nobody
Are you
was ever
talking
doing
Danda?
that.
Are you talking Danda? The Danda Academy?
Yeah, yes.
That nobody can afford? Poor people can't afford to go to Danda?
I don't know the.
No.
specifics on that.
It's not a cheap academy, and you have to buy
It's
his
closed
apparel.
down now, actually.
Yeah, thank God, because it wasn't accredited. Okay, and I saw a video of their wake up call, and it was "Hello Danda, hello." Did you see the video? Right, and these kids were singing "Hello Danda" for like a chant, and I was like, "What the hell is happening? Is this learning taking place, or are we just saying hello Danda the whole day?"
Yeah.
So thank God those kids can now go to actual school to actually learn something. But my thing is, if you are gonna build a community, you cannot take what we stand for and stomp on it and then tell me you're building my community. You literally said George Floyd, you went against every kind of evidence to state what our white supremacist talking points to the black community. That to me is trash.
That was terrible to me.
And then he doubled down.
George Floyd.
No, when he lost
apologized.
$2 billion. That's the only reason. That wasn't even
Well,
an
first off,
apology.
he never
That
had-
wasn't even.
He never even had the $2 billion.
Stop. Why
He
you
didn't.
because that was in the contracts that he was signing.
Listen, he had contracts
Yeah.
that they were projecting
To be-
eventually
yeah, to
he would
be
have made
$2 billion. Got it.
He never had it because once those contracts expired,
It's done.
All of a sudden they say he's no longer worth $2 billion.
That's true. Immediately,
If he had it,
he came off the
it would,
Forbes.
yeah, it wouldn't have had it. It wouldn't have just disappeared out the blue. He never
One
really had
night.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's no longer on the Forbes.
So he never really had it. And that's the thing. These Kanye fanboys, right? You know any female Kanye fans?
Never heard of it. I mean, maybe they are, but I haven't heard of it.
So I know a ton of male Kanye.
Yeah, no, I do. And I have people that they will die on the hill of Kanye
When
West.
you say they, you mean
Everything.
men. Okay.
All right.
So I'm saying, right? a lot of them used to say, "Oh, you got to be a genius to make $2 billion," because he was going around saying he's a billionaire. I'm the richest.
He actually called Forbes when they said he had $1 billion, and he was like, "First of all,
I got 11.
It's two." Right. He's the one who called Forbes and said to them, "Y'all need to correct it."
This is straight up Trump.
I ain't going even.
The George Floyd comment was messed up. Definitely. The fact that we're black Jews, I definitely love that. And that was a call to arms. I love that. You know what I'm saying?
So you overlooking everything before that?
What do you mean?
The George Floyd situation.
We all human. We all make mistakes.
Making
geniuses
white lives
don't make a
matter.
whole lot of them.
Hootie.
Okay? So
the White Lives
Matter
was
George Floyd. Slavery was a choice.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
There was a ton of them, brother. A
Did
lot
y'all
of
see
madness.
the front of the White Lives Matter shirt?
I saw a picture. I don't remember what was on.
What was on it?
It was Pope John Paul II, who in 2000 went on an apology tour and was apologizing for what the vile things that Caucasian people have done. I don't even like the word white, but he was apologizing, and that shirt was a play on that.
Connect the dots for the folks that can't reach this level of genius to understand.
Well,
please connect the dots.
It was what art does is art.
So he's an artist now.
He was old. When was he not an artist?
He was a musical artist.
Anybody could be an artist. A math teacher can be an artist. You know what I mean? So it's the art of doing what you do.
Connect the dots for us, please.
The White Lives Matter because Pope, what was his name? Pope
John Paul.
John Paul II went on an apology tour, and people started saying, "Yo, like you apologizing, but where's the money? Where's the artifacts y'all stole from us? You know, we don't just need your apology." So it was a play on that, which people maybe in the future will understand. It's like sometimes you have to do research and unlock a puzzle. But secondly, why is White Lives Matter a problem? You know what I'm saying? Half of this world or more is made up of white
That's
lives.
amazing that you would say that, though,
You know what I'm
Ali,
saying?
because why are we advertising? Okay, you have to remember, the reason all of this started was because black people are not valued in this country. And that is why we came up with the slogan, not to say we are better. We never said black lives are better. We never said black lives are superior. We just said we matter. Hold on. And then remember, the white people, the Caucasians from the Caucasus Mountains took that and said blue lives matter. They then jump and say white lives matter. All lives matter, just to belittle us. And it's not because we said we were superior, but it was to undermine our value once again. And therefore, for you to go and say white lives matter, and these people's lives have mattered this whole time. The lady who got Emmett Till killed, a 14-year-old boy, the jury just told her to go. Obviously, her life mattered. Did Emmett Till get a good jury? No, they literally killed this little boy. And nothing happened to the men who killed him. Nothing happened to the woman many years later who killed him. She lived
Who confessed
to lying.
Yeah.
Their lives matter. Their lives have always mattered. When a white cop kills a black kid, does the white police suffer anything? He may go on administrative leave, but what else happens? So their lives obviously matter. The police shot the boy in the back while he was running away. Yeah. His life didn't matter. But you know what happened to the cop? They investigated, and what happened? Nothing wrong was done because their lives matter. So the mere fact you are reinforcing a systematic racist point to me, and then you're gonna come up here with Candace Owens? Are you kidding me?
I think the George.
She is the coons of
That's not what she's talking about. She's talking about White Lives Matter, not George Floyd. Don't bring up George Floyd.
You're right. The White Lives was a little bit too soon.
Too soon.
If he wrote Mexican.
When would it be better?
If he wrote Mexican Lives Matter, would that still?
But why he can't
What
say
would
Black
be the
Lives?
purpose?
Isn't he black though?
If it's okay, like she just said, if it's okay for him to say White Lives Matter, why isn't it okay for him to say Black Lives Matter?
Right.
He is black.
I don't think Black Lives Matter would have caused such a controversy as White Lives Matter.
It would. You know why?
Why?
Right now, everyone who's paying attention to Kanye West sees that he's moving towards the Republican side. Everyone that's paying attention. And if he did wear a Black Lives Matter shirt, it would cause a fuss on that side. It wouldn't cause a fuss on the Democratic side. It would cause, which most black people, they're saying, are Democrats. He's trying to get in. That's why he's teaming up with Candace Owens. That's why he went on Fox. That's why he went to go talk to Trump.
And he posted a picture of Herschel Walker. And you
who
know,
that is.
Ooh, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
the dumbest man in the world. If there was ever a time.
He was an old athlete, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
He said, what did he say? This, like, he's the dumbest of dumbs. Like, he went on the for his debate. He literally went on, and the guy was like, his opponent was like, I'm not even trying to act like a cop. This man took out a prop, a police badge. That was a prop. The lady was like, sir, put the prop away.
Denied.
Right, what are we doing? And you are literally posting that man on your, whatever it is you're doing on your platform? Are you kidding me? That's crazy to me.
I think Kanye is about building community.
Of what?
Cities,
Of which community?
people.
Okay, so when you say community,
he's an architect
which
now.
community?
He's an architect
But which
now.
community is he building? White community? Because it's not the black community.
I think it's a community. I really believe what he's working on is a community for the homeless. You know what I mean? For no more
She
people. to
just
not
said
really-
his school was too expensive for the average folks.
I gotta look that up. I'm not sure about.
You can
that.
Google it
So
right now.
Rochelle lying.
No, I'm not saying she's lying.
Google it right now.
Talk bad about Kanye.
Google how much Danda Academy was. And you had to buy his shoe. You had to buy all the gear from him. So literally the outfit alone to go to Danda was at least $3,500. Just the outfit to go.
Per outfit, because you need a couple of
All
them.
right. Okay. All right. Because remember, how much is one of his shoe?
Like 200 to 300.
How much is a hoodie?
I'm not sure.
How much is the sweatpants?
Oh, I bought a hoodie for like 300.
All right. How much is the sweatpants?
Probably like 2.
All right. And you need how many outfits for the week?
5 of them.
Okay, I'm done talking. Okay, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So who really gonna be spending 20 grand to go to school, and then you're gonna be spending at least $1,000 per day for outfit?
It is a superpower to make people make hundreds of thousands of people pay attention to them. And you know,
No, it's not. Crazy people
It's
get
easy.
hundreds of thousands of people to pay attention
Listen,
to them all the time.
100,000 subscribers. We need y'all right now. Come and do it.
Hit like,
'Cause Dre said
subscribe.
we can do it.
We can do it.
Dre
We're
said
going
gonna
to do it. We
You see
are
that?
going to
Facts,
do it though.
Facts.
You love the
Facts.
green hair. I know it.
Green
Yeah.
hair and red hair. Andre, you
see?
have to step up yourself. You have to do something.
We're going to get Andre to win.
Yeah. We're going to do yellow. So green, red, yellow. We're going to go there and do
So,
Rastaman.
anything you do stupid, you will get a ton of people paying attention.
That's true. That's
so
true.
you don't have to be a genius to
That's
get people
true.
to pay attention to you.
That's true.
Please, give us more genius from Kanye, please.
As I said again, the number one thing for me was that everybody thought it was cool to wear baggy clothes. And he came in and said,
He
yo,
did not change that, bro.
who changed it? Rochelle, do you know who changed that?
I
Jamaicans
cannot
been
speak
doing
on
that.
But yeah.
Jamaicans been doing
Like,
skinny
we-
jeans.
yeah,
So
like-
let's talk about, we don't have to talk about that.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked at Tom Cruise? You remember when Tom Cruise started?
But listen,
Are you talking about the black culture?
black culture
Is that who you're
creates
talking
the way
about?
for all cultures.
Fine.
I agree. I
No
agree
problem.
with that.
No
Yeah.
You
problem.
understand? They all copy us.
I hear you.
So you even have some
Hold on,
white
hold
boys
on.
and Caucasian boys in
Yeah.
the hood rocking baggy jeans
Yes.
and wanna call their friends nigga.
Yeah, Eminem. And people like
And wanna wear their hat to the side.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
what's
yeah.
up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So here's my question to you.
Yeah.
Since you wanna accredit Kanye West making black people stop wearing baggy
clothes.
jeans.
Yeah.
Which jeans Kanye West made?
He made the Yeezy brand, which I don't.
Yeah,
think
but
that's jeans.
according
But
to
what is
you,
that?
he was wearing tight jeans before the Yeezy brand.
Yeah.
So which jeans he made?
It doesn't matter. He wore skinnier jeans and was like, "Yo, we don't have to just wear basketball clothes and big jerseys." And that's a part of it too. You don't have to create, just because you don't create something, that doesn't mean that you're not revolutionary in getting people and creating a movement.
So all of the professionals who never wore baggy clothes ever.
Yeah.
What
were
about
looked at
them?
as corny before when baggy jeans was up, I would say.
So all of the people who was wearing Moschino and Versace, who never made baggy jeans, what are those people?
Who was that? Give me a specific name. Biggie was dressing baggy.
Biggie is big. Big people normally wear baggy clothes.
Tupac was dressing baggy.
Everybody at the time, everybody was wearing baggy.
I'm asking you what you talking about when you saying those clothes wasn't in until for the black culture until we made them more popular.
What are you talking
Black
about?
people have the hugest.
Those clothes have always been around.
Black people have the hugest spending power.
We ain't all spending it on Moschino and Versace.
Yeah, that's true. Baggy clothes was a thing before Kanye. After Kanye, people started slimming it down. Me, for one, particularly.
Music. So I told you about Music Soul Child.
This guy thinks Music Soul Child changed the whole industry.
You know who Music Soul Child is?
I know.
What are you talking about? You know Common? Huh?
Common,
you know
yes.
Bilal?
Yes.
Huh? You know Craig David?
None of them as big as Kanye.
You smoking crack.
None of them as big as Kanye.
You don't think Common is as big as Kanye?
You want to look it up? Album sales?
That is now. At the time, you mentioned Common's name, everybody know who Common is.
That is true.
What are you talking about?
So hold on. So are we talking about now, or are we talking back in their heyday?
I would say more people were trying to dress like Outkast than Common. People weren't trying to dress like Common.
Outkast wore baggy clothes.
Common was known.
Outkast wore baggy clothes.
Common was known for his lyrical paralysis,
which is true.
Not for fashion. Kanye became known for fashion and music. Like, oh, what's he gonna wear next? And I'm not saying that's a genius thing.
How many times Kanye was putting his music about the clothes he's wearing? How many times?
I don't know.
A ton. One of his famous verses is, I bought these just to say you ain't up on this.
I'm not, listen.
So now, people are paying attention to what he's wearing because he pointed you.
To where he wants you to look.
Call me a genius. And he says that for 20 years.
Dre, them arms is looking bigger, yo. Them arms is looking bigger. What you been doing, yo?
He know me. What's my guy name?
Scott.
Scott. Okay, when Scott come back, we're going to be a competition.
You have to do 600 push-ups.
Obviously, he been telling people, check out my clothes.
Right.
So people gonna start checking out his clothes.
Yes.
But you consider that genius.
But I mean,
I would say
that's a smart move. I don't think it's genius, but that's a smart move.
Yeah. You ever see Michael Jackson in a baggy clothes?
Never. He
you
always
ever see Prince
tight.
in a baggy clothes?
Tight.
Did those people influence black culture?
Absolutely.
You know how much people...
Absolutely.
No. Listen, Dre.
Especially Michael Jackson?
No. When
Are
Michael
you
Jackson,
Are you
Michael
kidding?
Jackson was alive, people in the hood was making fun of him and Prince. They weren't revering them.
I don't know. There's a lot
I'm
of
talking
people
about the hood people.
Young
you know
people.
What I'm saying?
Young
hood people. When Kanye came out, they started being no more okay with dressing slim and wearing pink.
You know, you're the only person I ever heard say this stuff.
I remember it. I lived it.
Have you ever heard that before?
No, because I think everybody loves Michael.
When do you think people stop wearing baggy clothes though, Rochelle?
So I was not here in the United States. I was in Jamaica. So we did have a phase of baggy clothes, but then tight pants come in and cut off jeans and you get what I'm saying?
You wasn't in Jamaica in 2000.
I was.
Really? When you came?
2010.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Just come off the boat. Andre, pick me up. and carry me here. Yeah.
Listen, Kanye is a musical genius who knows how to put sounds together.
I agree.
And sounds are important for
I
people
agree.
to get through things,
I
to
agree.
remember things,
I agree.
to help them through things. You get more points if you can create a picture or image inside somebody's head with your lyrics. And secondly, he's doing some dumb things, but he's also like
That's why
doing
he's a
some
genius?
No.
Oh.
He's doing dumb things like the George Floyd comment. I really hated that. That really was like, yo, this is really dumb. Like, how you gonna ignore 9.5 minutes and talk about fentanyl? I want to see the Candace Owens documentary still though, because there's
So
always
I'm gonna
10
send you
sides
a
to
TikTok.
story.
I'm gonna send you the TikTok of this little young guy, and he debunked her documentary in about
3
3
minutes.
Did you watch it?
No.
Oh my God! In 3 minutes, the doctor that came on, he's not even a doctor.
Yeah.
The doctor who debunked everything for her, and she did not even put, normally if you're doing a documentary and there's a doctor there, you would put his name, title, and everything that he has done. Even in the credits, that wasn't done. Why? Because it literally was a man off the street, a Fox contributor that she had on the documentary that did it. I'm going to we should post the link for that video of the young man, because he is actually pretty amazing. Yeah.
And secondly, who are doing these autopsies? It could be people that.
So normally
police
in a
pay.
case like that, the
Yeah,
police
the
do
police
their
pay
own
them.
autopsy.
No.
But hold
Right.
on, the
George Floyd
police
family.
and yes,
Oh, they do.
especially in a case like that, you want to have at least 2
And did
autopsies.
they both meet and say he died from fentanyl?
No,
Did they-
none of them said it.
Oh, okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
What happened? What
Nobody
her
in the court said
So
that.
how they got to that? That's
What her
crazy.
documentary said, she had some guy that claimed he's a doctor, and he said he had the same amount of fentanyl in his body that would kill a normal person.
That's a lie.
I don't know. That's
That was a
what
lie.
the guy said.
Yes.
Even if that's the case, we can all agree George Floyd was not a normal person, because I think he was like 6 something, and he was obviously over 200 pounds. A normal person is maybe 5'9", 5'8", and 130 pounds, 180 pounds. Yeah. So he does not fall in the normal category. So even if the amount of fentanyl and again, I watched some of the
Allegedly.
What, I don't know what you mean.
The amount of fentanyl he had.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So I watched the promo for her thing,
Yeah.
and all of the points that she's making, I was just like, that's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb. And
Right off the bat.
for some little kid to be able to do it in 3 minutes, I'm not surprised. That's why I said 3 minutes. I don't know what kid you're talking about.
Yeah.
But just listening to her talking about the thing, I'm like you said, how can you ignore
9 minutes?
And then she said he wasn't calling for his mom. His girlfriend's name is Mama. What was he saying? Mama. His girlfriend's name is Mama. Now, she said she interviewed people, right? And she said, we're talking about this girl now instead of Kanye. But his roommates are pissed because according to her, his family, totally ignored them. And she makes some claims about what the roommates are saying. And I'm like, okay, if you paid these people and the family got a ton of money and didn't do anything for them, which is not outside of the norm. You were his roommate. Why should I give you anything?
You weren't there with him.
You're
when it
not
happened.
his family.
What happened?
Right?
Like, I'm not giving you nothing either.
So I'm sure she paid them to be a part of her documentary.
Absolutely.
I'm going to say whatever you want me to say.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
Now, the same thing with the doctor or whoever it is. You got to remember, and it's disheartening, but there are people out there who will put out information and put out incorrect information.
Absolutely.
For money. Right? And so if I'm telling you, whatever she said on her thing, right? Most people don't fact check.
That's true.
Maybe 90% of people don't fact check.
And I don't think people know how to fact check.
It's hard nowadays.
Because there's so much misinformation.
Of course.
And every website that you go on, there's a rabbit hole that you can go through.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So I think now in schools, we need to teach kids how to fact check.
It's, again.
Because people feel like you can trust Google. Anybody can post something on Google. Google is not a fact checker.
We don't have resources anymore that we can go directly to.
Like the library to read in the book. Then it's absolutely true.
But anybody can write a book.
Which is true. But I remember growing up though, Dre, right? We never had this misinformation.
No.
Right? You wanted something, you wanted to know something. You went to the library. That was our source of clear, concise, and, appropriate information.
Yeah.
But now we have so much trash.
Yeah.
Where do we actually go?
But check this also. History was written by the victor.
I agree.
I want to say something. Kanye went on the Drink Champs with Nori, and he said, the George Floyd thing, which was messed up, but that was 30 seconds of the interview.
What was the rest of the interview?
The rest of the interview, he was saying, we are the chosen people, and anti-Semitism is actually saying, kill this nigga, or F this bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's the real anti-Semitism. He was talking about that. They give us bad deals. They pay us lots of money to hurt our own kind. And that totally got overshadowed.
But you know what?
That's reality.
No. I agree with you there. But
Jews
then on that note, you go make a shirt with White Lives Matter. After you say
again, I explained
that's insult to injury.
He made the White Lives Matter before, but again, I said it was playing on two things: the idea of the Black Lives Matter being a scam, where they got $8 million
Where he
in
got
donations. That from? It was known that they got $8 million in donations,
they bought a mansion.
The lady bought a mansion. A lot of the money went to transgender.
I agree.
Groups and stuff like that. And secondly, the front of the shirt, which nobody questioned, the Pope. And that story,
you just tried to connect that dot. That still didn't
it's
make
in the
any
front of the
sense.
shirt.
I understand.
The Pope went on an apology tour, apologizing for white.
What did the
trauma.
shirt say on the front? Did it say
just
anything?
has his name.
This is the thing with Kanye West fans.
They
make
so
up
deep.
their own
theory.
explanation.
Yes, it's like watching The Matrix. And then going on the internet, and you're gonna see 19,000 different theories of what everything means.
Yep.
But you don't know because if I am making something, and I know it's gonna be controversial, I can do one of two things. I can then forload and say this is what it stands for, so nobody can say, well, this is what it means, but this is what it means. Or I can then, after do that, while I'm standing out there with Candace Owens, say, this links to this, and Candace is standing with me for blah, blah, blah. He did none of that. And therefore, because of that, I'm not going to take your story because that is only a theory, and a theory can be disproven. It is not a fact. And therefore, I'm not going to go with you right here.
Did he explain the shirt?
No, never.
He did.
What did he say?
Black Lives Matter was a scam and stuff like that, but he didn't
So
know.
this connection you're connecting with the Pope, he
never. So this is a theory.
Yeah.
So this is a theory.
His theory. I'm listening. I'm watching. Some YouTuber or internet person.
The Pope was also a pedophile too.
Talking about the shirt, and was saying, he made the shirt because his kids is half white.
That's another theory.
Exactly.
Right.
All these Kanye West fans.
But his kids are also half black. So why not put black and white? Even if he have to put black and white, since his wife is white and he's black. Black and white. X-white. Thank you. All right. Why not put that? Because his kids are biracial. Why not say black and white is black?
I think where Kanye went wrong, and I think he has a spell on him, or an MK Ultra spell. I think he was great. He did the gospel music, which was beautiful.
And I ain't gonna lie, I love that.
That was his music, is his space to play.
Where he went wrong was he got married to a Jezebel.
Oh, mercy.
A woman whose own mother pimped her out for money. That's
what put him onto her.
That part.
No, I think he met her before the Ray J tape. I think
When?
He wasn't
He
famous
was with Amber.
before the Ray
He
J
was
tape.
with Amber though.
Kanye?
Yes.
He was with Amber.
He was.
He was with Amber.
Yeah.
He was with Amber Rose, and everybody
He said
wanted
he met
Amber
her
Rose.
before. There's something called MK Ultra. I know Dre knows about that. You ever heard about that?
No,
Rochelle?
never. Tell the
That
viewers.
is-
One more excuse.
That is where what was the
Mind
name of the
Control.
movie? Mind Control Ultra. What was the name of the movie, Dre?
With what? MK Ultra?
Denzel.
Oh, the Manchurian Candidate?
Yes.
Got it.
That is basically the gist of it.
Okay.
And I think that a lot of people who are leaders and have power can be controlled. You know what I'm saying? Or are susceptible to things like that. This is just a theory I have. But the agenda can be pushed in their way, like whatever agenda they want to make. So I think he needs help.
So how you know this stuff you accrediting him genius for isn't MK Ultra?
Pushing their agenda. Because he could be mind controlled
because
from
when
their
he first
agenda.
came out and he changed, I don't think he was as important then. They didn't have a reason to do it back then.
Do you realize you're giving Kanye West genius status because he made people wear tight jeans?
Fashion,
You realize that?
Fashion, you can be a genius. at
Name me
fashion.
another genius in the world, another person the world considers a genius who did it with clothes. Name me one.
Tommy Hilfiger.
I don't know that they consider him a genius.
Yeah. I really don't.
He's an icon, not a genius.
Yeah, I agree.
Name me one.
What's this? Anna Wintour.
I don't know that she's a
Who is that?
Another
What is she
woman who hire
Caucasian
people to
woman.
design clothes
Yeah.
and then call it hers. Name me one.
I just named you two.
You
The
tried.
dude Ralph Lauren.
Again, icon.
You don't think he's a?
No.
I think he's a fashion genius. I think clothes is important. I think clothes are your first impression that makes people mess with you. It creates groups of people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can meet a lifelong friend just by something that you're wearing, and they're like, "Oh my God,
That's cute.
that's amazing,"
Right.
you know? Or, the conversation of fashion. Dre doesn't agree. Is there geniuses that make cars, Dre, or not?
Yes.
Why is that any different?
I'm going to tell you right now. Because every car has thousands of components.
That have to
And
work
you
together.
have to work together, and you need to use your brain
How you going to make...
like leaps and bounds brain power to make a car. Right? You have to know a whole bunch of different sciences to make a car work.
Was Steve Jobs a genius?
No.
I think he was.
No.
I think he was. I think he was able to sell a product that was already there and then reinvent the same product. Right? Now it's, I don't know what the hell.
Whoa. He didn't really know how to make the components, but he got a team of people and said, "Yo, don't use the word can't." Kanye got a team of people and said, "Yo, we're all gods in this room. You don't need to wait on somebody in the sky. You have the power of God in you, and you can do this thing." And that motivation of people is genius. Moses had to motivate people to be like, "Yo, you don't need to be slaves anymore. You can wake up and we can leave and go and suffer in this desert for 40 years. And that took genius because they was just like chilling. Harriet Tubman was a genius. She said, "I freed 1,000 slaves and I could have freed 1,000 more if they knew they were slaves."
You know why Harriet Tubman is a genius?
Why?
She did something
That nobody else.
nobody ever did.
Yep.
You referenced the Moses story,
He did something nobody ever did.
bro. How do you reference Moses without referencing God in that? Moses was a stutter, like a stuttering person.
He even told God he couldn't do nothing.
Yeah. So how do you credit him for everything that Moses went and threw his staff down, and it became a snake? He didn't do that. Moses touched the water and the river
Blood.
parted.
Okay. God was the one for blood. Okay.
You can't give Moses credit for what he did.
Okay.
According to the story, right?
Yeah.
He was farming someplace, and God said, "Get up from here and go over there and do what I tell you to do."
And then when he said he stuttered, God said, "Okay, bring your brother.
Yeah.
Go tell your brother, make your brother come with you." So his
So does
brother
God-
was actually the one who spoke. He's the one who did the miracles, but it was Aaron
So in
who
that-
actually spoke.
So in that case, nobody's a genius then.
No.
Because everybody works through God.
No, that's not what we're saying.
No,
Yes,
we're
that's what it
saying.
sounds like.
No,
Brother,
but
because
you chose an
God gave
example.
Einstein the power to be able to
ability.
be good at math and physics.
Everybody don't have that.
Not everybody has that.
God made everybody, but everybody don't have that.
And everybody's special again, because remember,
But you're
we are
saying-
not talking about special.
Genius?
We're talking about genius.
Genius is when you're like, dude, you're
So
doing.
did God give them the power to be genius, or
Absolutely.
did they
Of
create
course.
it on their own?
Absolutely,
So
God
then
gave-
nobody
both.
needs to
It's
be
both.
exalted. So nobody needs to be exalted.
No, no. Listen, God made everybody.
special.
We can agree on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? But there are some people like you don't like. I'm gonna piss you off too. Elon Musk is
I like
special.
Elon Musk.
No, he's not.
Elon
You know
Musk.
He ain't
Elon Musk.
special,
hold
but
on.
not-
No, you
Hold
know
on,
there's
hold
a
on,
big
hold on.
problem with traffic in California, and Elon Musk is making these.
He's digging holes.
Big tunnels
Listen.
to help with
Elon
that.
Musk is
That's
special.
genius, changing
Here's
the
why
world.
Elon Musk is special.
Yeah.
Right? Because you asked me this question if he's more special than the bum, and I told you yes, he is. Elon Musk is special because he has people. He has thousands of people. He's responsible. Elon Musk can be like he's an economy by himself.
Facts.
The bum on the road, like I said to you, the bum on the road is begging people that's coming out of Tesla for $1. Okay? Which Elon Musk is paying. I'm not saying Elon Musk is a great guy. I'm saying that dude is special. If you sit and listen to that dude talk, you can hear and see the genius in that guy. Now, he's a despicable guy. He has despicable tendencies, but I'm talking about his mental acumen is on another level than damn near everyone.
Okay.
Okay? So he's not the same.
But
God
did
made
God
him.
do that?
God made me.
God did that, right? So
Yes,
therefore,
yes.
he doesn't really need any to be called a genius because it's really God.
Categorize.
Rochelle like what I'm saying.
Yes, that's
Rochelle
fine.
like what I'm
Because she
saying.
don't like Elon. But what we're doing is categorizing
Yeah.
people right now. We're using our words to categorize the where we think people rise above other people. Right? And genius is a level
By
where
themselves.
everybody can see you up there and we're just paying attention.
God did something special with you.
Yes. But I'm not on his level.
God did something special with you, so God deserves all the praise.
Great.
Right?
Yes. Even the
So there's no
angels,
such thing as a
even
genius,
the
then?
angels
No,
are on different levels.
But remember,
I didn't know that.
God-
Yes.
Some of them have more wings than others, right?
Yeah.
No,
They
some
have
of them have
levels.
more power than others.
Yeah. There are
Okay.
levels to them.
Okay?
Okay, I didn't know
So geniuses exist, my brother.
No,
Don't
and
try-
I agree.
Just
They are
just because we're
geniuses.
disproving the Kanye West genius, he don't
It
want
doesn't-
nobody
but-
to have genius.
Yeah, and I agree. You have some people that have stand above others, right? So I wouldn't want to call us regular people because we're all special, but you have some people that God has bestowed special powers on, and they have literally made strides in whatever era to propel us. If it wasn't for the whatever brothers, we wouldn't have planes now.
Right, brothers.
The Wright brothers. But they were above everybody. They were doing things that nobody else thought about. When there was a guy who said he's going to build, I think he's doing it now. He actually builds it. He literally is able to take atmosphere and turn it into water. And he
heard
went to
about that.
Flint, Michigan. He is
tough.
a genius. Who else is able to do that?
Yeah.
So I'm saying there are some people that are doing things that nobody else is thinking.
All right, Kanye is not a genius, but I think he is. If you don't want to call him a genius, that's cool. I think he is changing, impacting culture, and has for the better, and now sort of for the worse.
In what way has he impacted it for the better?
I told you again, fashion-wise, which is important.
Tight
to some
pants
people.
is not better than baggy pants. Tight pants keep the heat on your groin, as she talked about, and that's a leading cause of testicular cancer.
It became cool to wear your pants on your waist, where it wasn't when people were sagging their pants before. You forgot the era. You forgot the era of Tupac, man. You forgot. I was there in the early '90s and late '90s. I remember.
Kanye is the
I
only
remember
guy.
I picked up my brother's jeans before and they were 60 pounds, and I'm like, why is this person's jeans so heavy? Kanye made it cool to wear dress-up shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like.
But Ali, I want to give him credit for that because you had business people who were wearing that attire every day.
So you
But business people
this
ain't.
guy is tunnel vision.
Business people aren't the ones that's controlling black fashion.
Bro.
Can we admit that?
But you have black people that are business people who
But
have always worn that fashion.
Yeah, but people weren't necessarily.
People are still
looking
wearing
up to-
sagging pants now.
Which is true.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
tight
true.
sagging pants. So I don't understand where you come
Because there's
from.
more influential people that have come out since Kanye. Kanye wasn't the only influential person. Just like I said, there's not one genius in industry.
Brother, listen to me. Listen
Yeah.
to me.
I'm
Okay?
listening.
We all have to do what the fashion industry says we have to do.
Because they
not
only
Kanye.
send out the clothes that you have
Yes.
to wear. You don't have a choice.
If you want a baggy pants right now, you can't buy one.
That's true.
Because it's not in any store.
market is not on the
Kanye
market.
is not the one who decided that. Okay?
Who decided that, Trey?
I just
The
said
same
it. I
people-
didn't say fashion industry. Me not talk English.
Which fashion brand decided that?
All of you cannot find baggy clothes right now.
That's absolutely
You cannot
true.
find it.
It is true.
So
That is
when
true.
you could
I have a
find
cousin
baggy
that
clothes,
came from Canada last weekend. And he's like, yo, Andre, where can I find bootcut jeans?
What's that?
He went in the store and bought $1,500 worth of clothes and no jeans. Okay?
Because there is no
Blame Kanye.
Because if when it is a season for something, all the brands
All of them do
put
it.
out the same thing. They come from the
Abercrombie.
same.
Matter of fact, I was rocking Abercrombie and
Okay.
Fitch, and they don't make that many.
Okay.
They don't make. They make loose jeans. They don't make baggy jeans.
Yeah.
And that was before Kanye. So come on, brethren.
Come on.
When Robin Thicke came out, come on, bro. Robin Thicke first album, when he looked like a madman, a mad hippie.
That's a mad-
I wasn't wearing baggy jeans then. So I don't know where you coming from with accrediting
you said you
Kanye to this
was.
stuff.
Listen, you said
At
you
the
were-
time. At that time.
Listen, you were influenced by Music Soul Child. A
Yes.
lot of people in the hood wasn't influenced by Music Soul Child. He had a beautiful voice, and he was known. For
You
how
remember when
great he
Music
could
Soul
sing.
Child came out?
I don't remember specifically, but I remember his voice and loving his songs.
Yes.
How old were you when Music Soul
Mercy,
Child?
mercy.
I would say probably like, what year was that? 2000
I don't know.
or before?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Between 14 and 16. So I would say that I just loved him for his music. I wasn't like, oh, this guy is fashion forward. And I
Who
need
were
to
you
just,
paying
like-
attention to at the time then?
You know who I was into? Ja Rule.
Ja Rule and
was-
DMX.
Not really
Not the DMX, really?
But Ja Rule
I love me
had the
some
love
DMX.
songs.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wait,
You know what I mean?
my baby.
DMX had the killing.
I love him.
Yeah, like
this
Kanye right now is genius because he's saying, yo, listen, Jewish
just said
people.
Kanye not genius.
Leave him. Let him
He
do
may
him
not be
again.
genius to you, but to me,
He's
he's
a
genius
genius,
because he's
yes.
saying, yo, we need to wake up. The Jewish people are condemning us when we say we're real Jews, but they are loving us when we say let's kill each other and fornicate with each other and have abortions.
And that's genius too. That's common sense, Bridget. That's genius.
It's
to you.
common sense.
We're not
and-
supposed to be doing those
Listen,
things.
it's common sense, but if you go back the last 5 years, 10, 15 years, what's leading the music industry?
Bro.
Selling drugs.
Listen to what
But that
I'm
has
saying to
always,
you.
that has
Listen,
always,
selling drugs.
no, but that's not 10, 15 years. That's since Because remember, at first it was fun, it was party, and then
It became about the struggle.
Good,
And then
right?
it became about taking drugs.
And the girls and the guns and the money and the cars and the house, right? So that's not something new. That is not something that we just realized. That is something that we've always known.
Yo, Kanye West is saying the same stuff the Black Panthers used to say. And this
Facts.
guy's like, he's genius.
Right.
The Black Panthers said white power matters to white people.
No,
Black
Muslims
power,
said
black
that.
power. No, black power matters to black people. Yellow power to yellow people. That was a part of the Black Panthers mantra too.
I don't know. I know the Muslims, that sound more Muslim than Black Panther. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's not saying anything
All
revolutionary. He's
is
saying
pointing out the stuff he's copying from other people and saying he's genius for doing it.
I agree.
That's what you're doing, bro.
I agree. It's the same people that know. Well, so I will agree with you that he has now brought that same topic to a wider mass, because a lot of people have been saying that for decades.
The Black Israelites in Harlem.
They've
been saying that.
Every day you see them.
Yeah.
They have the whole mic.
Yep.
And you're preaching it.
Yep.
But
right?
how many of them have risen to the top? And
No,
said
but
it?
that's what I'm saying. Kanye West have brought
he has
the
fans, so you can't compare the two.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He has taken their message and he has literally sent it over the place. But it's not a new message that he invented.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is something that has been said this whole time. So if you look at all our black leaders, these are the things that they've been saying this whole time. They're saying we must come together. They were saying stop killing. Let's unite. Let's start buying businesses. Let's start buying land. They've been saying that this whole time. That is why, notice, they killed Martin Luther. They killed Malcolm X. They killed everybody in the Black Panther that had any power because they wanted to unite us.
Most fast food companies use the color yellow and red.
Why?
Because it makes, when people see the color yellow and red, it makes them hungrier. Did you know that?
No.
Somebody thought of that. When you can gather people's minds and create something for people to follow, to me, that is genius level. You know what I'm saying? You may not say, yo, whatever Kanye did in your era, maybe you may not say he was a genius for, but younger people looking up will say he's a genius. Just like younger people looking up will say Nicki Minaj is a genius. You know what I'm saying?
I've never, ever, ever heard anybody accredit Nicki Minaj for genius.
Young people.
You've heard somebody say Nicki Minaj is a genius?
I don't think genius is the ultimate compliment, for one. I think when people spends most of their time and attention on you, that is the biggest compliment.
So we just shifted the conversation because
there are people that love Nicki Minaj,
but that doesn't mean she's a genius.
She's her mother, right?
Okay, but you have to remember that every single artist in history have a fan base. That's why they're artists.
Yes.
So every fan base love that artist to death.
Was Bob Marley a genius, Dre?
Oh, no. Absolutely he was. To me,
Dre
he was.
Said no. You see this?
So Bob Marley, for me, was revolutionary.
Fact.
And he did what a lot of us could not do because one of his looks. Yes. He was light skinned. So guess what? He could appeal to the greater masses. And he was able, I remember they shot him the night before. And the next day, he went and he brought both parties of Jamaica together
at a time when people were warring.
Yes, I agree.
And the political groups were almost like gangs.
Yeah. Okay.
You know why he did that show?
Tell me why.
So, the day before the show, or a couple of days before the show, if my recollection serves me right, I know some of y'all know this story probably more in depth than I do. The reason they shot him was because they thought he was picking a side. So when he came out on the show and brought the two sides together,
meaning he was
that's called self-preservation. That's saying, no, I'm not pick this side or that side, so stop trying to kill me. Okay? Now, him doing that galvanized the country. and maybe you want to call that genius. But if you listen to Bob Marley's music, Bob Marley was singing about what was happening in that time.
Yes.
If you listen
Nothing
to
new.
Exactly. You asked me if he's a genius, and I said no. She said yes. If you listen to Bob Marley's music, same thing happening right now. That's so true. A lot of people look at Bob Marley and they call him a prophet. Why you call him a prophet? Because the stuff that's going on in his music is happening today. But the world never changed.
That's true.
Right.
So prophets forecast things, right? That's why they call it prophet.
Yeah.
Right? But what he did was sing about what's going on at the time. Right? And then police been beating people.
Ever since.
Racism been going on. All of these different things have been going on. Right? So he sang about what's going on at the time. Now, yes, he was able, I don't know if it's the rhythms or what it is with his music that allowed him to take his message
to the
worldwide.
world. Yeah.
You know what? It was perfect timing. Around the time of Bob Marley, the hippies and weed was going on. And every time you see Bob Marley, what you see in his mouth.
Weed.
Thank you. So a lot of his music, they were cling to. They clung to a lot of the music that he was putting out. And so he was able to come to America. And once you come to America,
England,
and you're famous,
everywhere, Europe,
England, Jamaican culture is like half of the culture of England. So England was a must anyway. And you can't go anywhere in the world and not see a Jamaican, right? So he came to America and popped. Went to England and popped. Everybody else is going to fall in line. Those are the two major markets. Right? So
but you have to remember too that his skin color, and I'm definitely sticking with that. His skin color played a humongous part because at that time you had other darker artists, but they never broke into it, and they were singing even more revolutionary songs.
So here's the thing.
I forgot his name.
Peter Tosh.
Thank you.
I was watching a documentary with Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Because remember, Peter Tosh and Bob was in the same group.
Yes.
And Bob said around the time when he was getting ready to do his world tour.
Yeah.
Peter said he's not going on no Iron Bird. So Peter made a conscious decision not to take his message out of Jamaica. And so that was the stunting of Peter. You go on the internet and look it up. Bob Marley talks about this, right? Because he was talking about, he was like, when Ziggy need money for school clothes and all these different things. Me can't call nobody, right? Me have to make sure say Ziggy have whatever I need for and if me have to go take Iron Bird, me not tell a guy what to do. That was the gist of his interview.
Okay.
So I'm not saying his light skin didn't play a role.
Yeah.
But they were bigger artists as well. I think they probably just didn't want to do what, like, if you listen to, if you read this book and you listen to some of the interviews, this guy, that toe that they said killed him, that thing was affecting him for like a year. And that dude was touring during the time. They said when first off, back then they didn't have AC.
That's true, so it was hot.
So this dude has a sore on his toe. In his shoe, they said when he showed up to do a show, he had to string up the sound.
Bob?
Yes. And they said when he was done, he had to drain the water out of his shoe. Okay? This is how hard this guy worked to get himself where he was. Right? A lot of people aren't willing to do that.
Yeah.
You have some people who don't have his fame and accolade, and if you tell them to come somewhere or do something, they want you to jump over hoops for them.
So, Dre, why is it that schools accredit Michael Jordan with being a genius, but you don't?
So, I've already identified Michael Jordan like a half hour ago. I said he is the greatest ever.
Why don't you consider him a genius?
Well, so at basketball, right? So when I say genius, I'm strictly talking about mental prowess, right? At basketball, if we're gonna sparse genius, I would give Michael Jordan genius at basketball.
Yeah.
It stops right there. When I say genius, I'm talking about
Everything.
Yeah, like overall, you the man. We all know it.
Eat
You the
proper,
man.
workout.
I don't care about what you eat. I'm talking about your mental prowess.
Yeah, but mental have to do with eating, no? Not really.
I don't know if Einstein
Working
ate
out.
pork. I don't know if he worked. He didn't look like he worked out.
But I feel like you have to eat to sustain yourself. But it's not like
he's a
if you.
vegan.
I know,
So he's
but it's not
trying to
like
do this
if
vegan
tomorrow you
stuff.
decide to eat something different. No, you're gonna be the smartest person in the room. I don't think food gives you those properties.
High five.
The only thing
I
you're
think to me it's genius to know that animals of any sort are sentient beings.
Oh, Jesus.
And
But then
you are taking life when you eat, you know? I think
You're
that's-
taking life as a vegan.
that's true. You're taking the
Killing
life of
the
the
lettuce.
First of all, you're taking away all the oxygen from me every time you eat
Yes.
a plant.
Yes.
And you don't talk about that. That's selfishness.
Yes.
Did you know most of the oxygen in the
I am
world comes
saving,
from the Amazon?
Yes.
I am saving the earth by eating one cow at a time,
Yes.
one chicken at
You know
a
they
time,
said
one
the
goat
farts-
at a time.
The farts and belches
Yes.
of cows are killing the
Yes.
ozone layer.
And that's
You
why
need
I
to
am
thank
eating
me.
them.
You need to thank
But
us.
how
That's what we
about,
say.
listen, how
Thank
about
us.
the idea that they are breeding these cows in mass
That's why we
numbers?
got to eat them more.
Faster.
You got to stop being a vegan.
Help us eat them to get rid of them. Because Ali, okay, so let me tell you something. Half of the fruits and veggies that we're eating, they're not even real. They're all made in GMO factories.
Boom.
And if you,
Not all.
Ali,
Half.
A lot of
so
it.
I'm going to tell you. No. And the reason I'm saying this, right? I remember I watched a documentary, and it was literally about farmers in America. And they said that the amount of real seeds, you cannot find them anymore. All these things that we have in our market, you buy food in the Bronx, nothing in the Bronx not real.
Monsanto.
If you are not living in the creme de la creme community,
Yeah.
you're not eating nothing real.
Well, first off, you got to know. You see Ali's here. He's eccentric. He only shops at
Whole
Foods.
Foods. Absolutely Whole Foods. But that doesn't mean
I'm
what Whole
turning
Foods
into a
have.
tree, everybody. I'm turning into a tree.
One
The doctor
strand
said
at
I
a
got
time.
about
One strand at a
couple
time.
years.
We're going to start calling him Groot.
Groot, I am Groot. Yeah, so we have to remember too, even on that note, it took a genius to sit down and say, listen, people are going to starve. So how can we feed these people? Somebody had a great idea of how to feed people naturally. But then you had evil people who took that idea and said, we're going to destroy the bees. Do you know they're killing the bees? Because when bees go to GMO plants, they literally die.
Oh, really?
Yes, we're killing the bees because they have nothing to pollinate. And that's what they use to make honey. That's what they eat. And therefore, we're literally killing the bee for these plastic things that we call food.
Kanye is going to bounce back. He's going to bounce back from this.
You know how
He
Kanye
would-
West can bounce back?
How?
I'm going to give you some genius level
I'm going to tell you how you
advance
could,
for Kanye.
Kanye, you could bounce back by
Yeah.
defending all the fathers who don't get to see, who are alienated from their children. That's something that needs to be spoken on. I don't understand why parents don't get equal time. And the home is more important. I don't know which Caucasian person made up.
Wow.
that.
Call them out.
So,
You know what I mean? So Kanye, that's what we need you to work on.
And he should talk about mental health. Because
About what?
mental health in the black community.
guys, him sick in
I'm
the head.
sick and I'm in.
Okay? You want to know how Kanye West can bounce back?
Yeah.
Shut up. Make
Disappear.
music
Disappear.
and
Disappear.
No, you don't have to
Disappear for a
disappear.
while. No, I think right now he needs to be silent for a while right now.
Listen, every musician, every producer, most of them you don't know about them. Right? Look at Neo. Neo is still making music right now. Neo is still making money.
But Neo is
We're
a hot
not
mess.
hearing it.
Let's not talk about Neo because
No,
Neo and the ex-wife and
No.
what am I do with her and all them
So
someday.
My
he's
beats
not
are-
in the limelight. He's not in the limelight. I'm saying he's still doing whatever he needs to do to
Under-
make money,
yeah.
but he's not in the limelight.
Yeah.
Kanye West likes the limelight, and every time he opens his mouth, he says something. This guy sends me an interview, 2 hours and some change.
Oh no, we're not doing that.
I watched the whole interview.
I'm not going to do it.
From the time the interview starts till the time the interview finish, Kanye West asked the producer to bring him a pen and paper. Every time the guy interviewing Kanye said something, he's like, wait, let me write that down. Copying the whole damn interview. And then he goes and say these things. And this guy say, yo, that's genius, Drake. That's genius, Drake. And I'm like, yo, he's copying other people, right?
But I think one way that he can come back, and I think he just needs to lay low. He needs to reevaluate what is really important to him. Your kids should be first and foremost. Not coming on the internet and bashing your ex-wife and doing all. We don't need none of that. We just need you to refocus yourself. Spend time with your kids, right? And then get back to the core, which is your music. If he was spending time on his music, he have too much free time. That's the problem. The devil find work for idle hands. So he needs to refocus, put his family first. Then he needs to say, am I black? Am I defending this safe space in the black community?
Yep.
Am I making them better? Am I progressing my own people? Because if I'm not doing that, then I'm literally trash. And I think by re-evaluating those things, he will be able to bounce back and not just have his core defending him, but now everybody will say, you know what? I agree with him. I think he's making an excellent stride forward. What about you? How do you think he's going to be able to bounce back?
He just told you.
I think Kanye was genius for making people wear slimmer clothes, and then I think he was genius for making it cool to love God.
Okay.
I give him that one.
Okay. I agree.
If he made it cool for them to love God, but he definitely, I don't know if that's genius or bravery, but he definitely did definitely did come out and
for a whole year.
For
Christ.
Wow, for a whole year.
For Christ.
Yeah, he definitely did
For Christ.
step out, because a lot of people since Jesus walked was telling them don't bring God into it.
Yeah.
And he sure enough braved the masses. And that's I think if you're looking at the trajectory of Kanye West have always had crazy ideas or unconventional ideas.
That's true. From he came out.
And people told him no, and the things people tell him no about, he runs and do them.
Right.
He
and
runs
he's
and
successful.
Does them.
And
now it ain't working.
No.
So again, this entire episode was about Kanye being a genius.
Yes.
And we had the only Kanye fan, Mr. Baba, Mr. Groot, right? We asked Groot to prove if Kanye West is a genius, and I think we did a pretty good job debunking everything he said, right? All the points he used, we debunked it. So I think you lose that one.
Lose.
You lose that one.
Cool.
Lose.
That's cool. I'll lose. Again, fashion is first impressions, and to me, that's important. I don't know if fashion, like, I'm in court right now, and the lady that's representing my daughter has the most terrible wig ever.
Mercy.
And it's just like, how you leaving your house with that wig like that?
You ain't got no friend.
Exactly. Impressions are important. You know what I'm saying? You can be a genius at creating first impressions for people, or getting the team of designers that is gonna help make, sex sells a lot. We didn't even talk about that. You know what I mean? A lot of things, the world sells you sex, and everything is about sex except for sex. Sex is about power. Does that make any sense?
I hear you said that before.
So clothes, Dre wears this shirt to be sexy, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? I wear this green hair to be sexy, believe it or not. Rochelle wears this red hair, and somebody invented that.
Right.
So maybe that person's not a genius. Maybe they're an amazing person. Maybe the person who creates a beautiful experience at a restaurant for you to go to with your wife isn't a genius. But maybe he's more important than a genius. You know what I'm saying? Because people revere that person. It's about being revered. And Kanye was revered before the George Floyd and the White Lives Matter comments.
So this whole thing is about his own perspective, not facts, right? Just his own perspective. Yes. I see. Okay. Because a lot of people stopped listening to him way before George Floyd.
That's true.
So, but anyway.
Yeah. But again, I feel like God has given certain people, not everybody. He created everybody with special abilities. But there's some people that are just able to excel above and beyond. Right? And I, for one, I don't think Kanye West is one of those persons. Is he unique in what he does? Absolutely. Is he special in the way that he delivers? Absolutely. Does he have a strong following and they will go to the ends of the earth to do whatever he says or whatever? Absolutely. But is he a genius? No. Dre, what about you? We know how Dre feels.
Guys,
we know how Dre feels.
Hopefully this was entertaining. Please feel free to engage us.
Yes, absolutely.
About your opinion with regards to...
Tell us your opinion in the comment section. Absolutely.
And also, if you're not a genius, is there more important things in this world than a genius, like such as a motivator? You know what I'm saying? Somebody who can motivate you to do things.
I like how you said that. We're trying to close, and you just brought something up.
A whole new point.
One with it.
So my wife sends me a message, right? Yeah. This guy says, who here thinks money is the most important thing? And before they all answered, he said, money can't be the most important thing. If I said I give you $1 million a day, but you got to die tomorrow, would you take the money? Right. No. So
obviously,
time is more important.
Facts.
If I say $1 million a day, but your mom got to die, would you take the money? So relationships is more important. If I say $1 million a day, but you got to be sick your whole life, would you take the money?
Health.
Right.
Health is more important. So his thing was, you have to find a sense of purpose, run towards your purpose, and the money will follow.
Absolutely.
Facts.
So my wife sends this to me, and she says, what do you think? I said, he's a motivational speaker.
They say whatever they want to say.
Yes.
There's a guy named Les Brown.
Yes.
You ever heard of Les Brown?
Yes.
Les Brown used to talk about how he used to go and speak as a motivational speaker when everything in his life was going
trash.
Bad. Wow.
Okay?
I'm motivating other people
to
wake up and get up and do everything.
So motivational speakers, their job is to come and pump you up, and they'll say whatever they need to say to pump you up.
Yep.
Like Steve Jobs.
You just fell off the cliff with that one.
Steve Jobs wasn't able to do things, but he was like, yo, you need to make this happen. And people were like, can't. And he's like, nah, that doesn't exist. You're going to put the radio inside the phone. You're going to put the speaker so it's loud enough for people to hear. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to put the Bluetooth in there. Didn't know how to physically do it himself, but got people to push themselves further.
What are you talking about? The Palm Pilot was doing all of that before the iPhone. The BlackBerry was doing that.
I'm just giving examples that may not necessarily. He did some motivational
So he
speaking.
did drive Apple, and he did drive them to do things they probably would not have done if he wasn't the boss and forcing them to find a way.
Right.
I give him that. I don't know if I call it genius. No. That's a leader.
That's true.
That's what a leader does.
He look for the best team, and he makes sure that he puts the right people that they're calling into their right field.
Yeah.
So
So a leader is more important than a genius.
Oh, geez, we're not talking who is
You
more
understand?
important. We're literally saying Kanye
leader
West
is
is not
more
a genius.
important than a genius.
Anyway, thank you so much
Guys.
for tuning in. Because if we follow Ali, we'll be here all night.
For real.
All right, we're not
For
doing
real.
that.
Take care, guys.
Yes.
God bless all the geniuses out there.
Bye. Thank you for
You're
tuning
a genius. You're a genius. You're a genius. You're a genius.
Bye.
Take care, guys. Well, guys, thank you for listening to another episode of the Wagwan podcast.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, we are already on YouTube. If you don't know, now you know for the second time. Please like, subscribe, share our videos, spread the word, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend.
Yes. And if you want us to talk about something that you want to hear about, you could email us at wagwanpodcast@gmail.com. WAHGWAN podcast@gmail.com. We're also on Instagram and we're on all your other favorite platforms. That's Apple, Google, Spreaker, SoundCloud, whatever you want. We got it. Listen in.